thank you so much for joining us today, and congratulations on the big reveal, the second livery. If you can tell us more about the new livery and what does it represent, basically?
Well, listen, the new livery is a continuation of the first one that you have outside on the first aircraft that was presented in the Paris Airshow last June. And listen, the main aspect of the livery of Riyadh Air is this beautiful color, this blossom color, this purple, which symbolizes the colors of Saudi Arabia. You know that we have lavenders in Saudi Arabia. I don't know if you've experienced these wonderful Arabian skies when you get out of the city and you look at the sky at the end of the evening, middle of the night. So this is what it represents with this logo that we have on the first livery tail and the new livery with this window to the world and this circle, as well as this R representing Riyadh Air, but also the Arabic calligraphy. So it's a mix of modernity and also our DNA, which is Riyadh and Saudi Arabia.
It's absolutely beautiful. Now, Riyadh Air is reportedly reaching a major agreement for a huge aircraft order, a narrow-body aircraft order during the air show. I know that this is not announced yet, not confirmed yet, but let's look at the business aspect of it. Now, what new markets or what markets would this fleet enable you to penetrate?
As you know, we have already announced a wide-body order, 72 Dreamliners. And when it comes to narrow bodies, and it's a nice complement of wide bodies in the sense that we are unique in the Middle East because we have more than 25 domestic airports. So we will fly domestic with narrow bodies, but also regional, because you have some destinations that can be flown with wide bodies, some destination only with narrow bodies, and some destination with both aircraft types. So having, for the size of Riyadh Air, two types of aircraft, wide body and narrow body, gives us more reach and more capacity to fly over 100 destinations by 2030, because we are going to ramp up very fast from one destination Q2 25 to more than 100 by the end of 2030. So, we believe it's a right complementary fleet.
It's about balancing this,
exactly.
Striking this balance, basically. Okay, as you mentioned, Vincent, this is not the first major aircraft order for Riyadh Air. How do you believe the current or the ongoing supply chain constraints and the pressure that manufacturers are currently going through is going to impact your ambitious launch strategy?
So all our network has been designed in line with the commitments of our OEM partners, so Boeing, in the case of the wide bodies. So we have designed this network route per route, month per month, in line with the actual deliveries of Boeing. So that's we are very confident of their capabilities to deliver in line with their commitments.
Now, Riyadh Air truly promises to revolutionize the aviation landscape in the Middle East. How do you envision that future of that thriving sector in the Middle East, and how do you see Riyadh Air's role in it over the upcoming years?
So we have quite a different approach from our neighbors, the big mega connectors in the region, in the sense that we have such a huge population in Saudi Arabia, and our model, especially the way we design our network, is focused on point-to-point traffic. So we will not be another mega connector in the region. We have just in the capital city over 8.5 million people, and this population is growing fast. And we have over 25 domestic airports. So our main purpose is to close the gap in terms of connectivity between Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, and the rest of the world. Today, for example, just an example, Southeast Asia, so Saudi Arabia to Southeast Asia, over 50% of passengers flying, both directions, are connecting through a big hub in the region. So the purpose of Riyadh Air is essentially to close this gap in terms of connectivity. Riyadh is the least connected G20 capital in the world. So if you look at the number of destinations of Riyadh, international destination between Riyadh and the rest of the world, and you compare them with other G20 capitals of the world, or cities in the region, big hubs in the region, you will see that we have the least connectivity. So our purpose is essentially this, connecting Riyadh, Saudi Arabia to the rest of the world.
And not actually competing with other players in the market?
Well, obviously we'll be in a position when we have more than 100 aircraft to do some international-to-international connectivity, but this is not our core strategy.
Great. Now, I've seen the Lucid vehicle outside, and that's a great addition when it comes to your offering. If you can tell us more about the role of sustainability in your operations, how do you see sustainability as a pillar of your operations?
Absolutely. So this is for us, again, a fantastic opportunity. We are a startup airline, so we can start fresh with a blank sheet of paper, looking at everything we do in terms of decision and as you know from your experience, sustainability is not only about having the newest fleet in the region, because that's going by itself to have a huge impact on our carbon footprint. These Dreamliners will have 30% less carbon footprint than existing fleets in big airlines. But it's also looking at every single decision we take in terms of procurement, in terms of catering. I mean, you might be surprised to know that in the airline industry today, more than 30% of the catering is not used on board aircraft, which represents a huge carbon footprint. It's about the use of sustainable aviation fuel. It's about the way we operate at the office. It's about the way we carry people to the airport. So this partnership with Lucid Cars also showcase the approach we want to have. So sustainability is one of our core values. It's one of our guiding principles. Tony Douglas is quite passionate about this. So everyone in the company is reminded about this on a daily basis. And this is one of our unique propositions.
Unfortunately, this brings me to the last question for today. If you were to sum up Riyadh Air's vision in 3 words, what would they be?
I would say digital native. That's a critical part of our value proposition. I would say obsessive attention to details. That's very important also. So the servicing, the hospitality will go to a granular level unseen before. And the third one would be sustainability. So those are the 3 pillars of Riyadh Air.
Great. Thank you so much, Vincent. It was a pleasure having you.
Thank you.